In this video, I'm going to show you how I take a factory vintage radio and turn it into a Bluetooth speaker. There are radios out there you can buy that are already Bluetooth and look factory, but they don't quite have that vintage look, and you can't get them for everything. This one's going in a 66 or 67 Scout. This is the factory radio out of the Scout. First, I'm going to get it all cleaned up, and then I'll take it apart. And then I'll show you from there how I turn this into a Bluetooth radio. So when I convert one of these old vintage radios over to Bluetooth, I like to take them apart. I just use a little 12-volt battery. I hook it up to the power in the ground. And then I come in here and I find the switch for the power. I'll keep that, run my power into it, and then my power out to the board and the light. But the rest of this stuff, I will just cut out. Won't need it, not gonna use it. This was just an AM radio before, and we're not gonna use any of that. So anything that I'm not using, I'll take out, just cut it all out completely, and make room for the Bluetooth to fit inside here and run off the original power switch. And I've already found which one's my power in and my power out from the switch, so the rest of it, just gonna cut out and get rid of. Try to cut these wires down low as close as I can so they won't short out on anything in the future. This might not be the best way to convert your old radio into Bluetooth stereo, but it's the way I've been doing it, and for what I need, works great. So old radio was kind of crazy. It had a power in, it grounded off itself when it's bolted into the dash, and then a couple wires out for the speaker. It only had one speaker in it, and then the plug for the antenna. That's it. Made them pretty simple back in the day. I don't think I'm going to use this original plug, so I'll go ahead and get it out. I'll just run a totally separate power wire into it. Some of the stuff in here is actually riveted to the body, not screwed, so I just took my grinder and ground those rivets off. And go ahead and try to get this popped out. This one's a ground. It just comes over here and soldered to the side of the case, so. Might keep that as a ground. Can use this wire too and run it out for the ground. Now that I've got everything cleaned out of here that I don't need and figured out where my switch is and the powers and everything, I've run a power in and a ground in, even though this radio grounds when it's bolted to the truck. I'm still going to run a ground to it just to make sure. And it runs into the switch. Then I've got another ground and power right here to power the Bluetooth amp. Now I can get this amp installed, get it all wired up. The amps I like to use are Tiny Shine amps. You can get them off eBay or Amazon. They're really nice. They're small, they fit in really tight spaces, and they have pretty good power. But if you ain't got the tools and the program on your computer to program these, they do come factory set with some funny features. But I have the program and the tools to program these chips. I can program some of the stuff out I don't need and program other stuff in I do want, including the Bluetooth name. I can change it to whatever I need to. We use a whole bunch of these on Bluetooth speakers that we use here in the shop, but that's what I'm gonna get put in here. I'll just 3M tape it down into place and get it all wired up and get this radio back together. We'll get it tested and show you how it works. So I've got it all wired up now, got it put back together. Here's the stuff that I took out of it that I don't need anymore. And this radio's kind of weird. It's a little bit smaller than most, but I was still able to fit that amp in there, but here it is. Going to Bluetooth. Connected. There we go. Everything's controlled on the phone. The volume, the songs, everything except for the power. Power's right here. All put back together, ready to put it in the Scout. Go make your vintage radio Bluetooth. It's not hard. Or hit me up. We do them all the time.